Okay. Welcome to Black Talk Show. I have Miss Janice Newman here on the show with me. Welcome, Janice.
Hi, how are you? It's
All right.
Janice Newman.
Just do Janice Newman.
Yes, my husband and I share our Facebook, so his name is Philip.
Okay. Okay. All right. Also, let me read your bio, and then I ask you a couple of questions. Okay.
Okay, great.
Janice Newman is a host and executive producer of the Chicagoland-based based cable television show Why Not? A Christian life coach, real estate appraisal broker, an educator, and author. The Why Not show is a talk show that explores discussions on interesting topics with guests to provide its viewers with information to educate and help to improve their lives and reach their goals. The Why Not show I can't say that in the Homewood, Illinois area of Comcast Cable in December of 2018 and has since produced 80 plus episodes. The Why Not shows airs in over 10 states covering 15 regions. Janice desires to start the show stream from her personal trauma in December 2016. Okay, Janice, I'll let you finish that about your story. Let's tell us a little about yourself.
Well, how the show actually started was, yes, the personal trauma. I had to have brain surgery back in December of 2016. I was getting a bunch of headaches and dizzy spells, and they decided that I needed basically almost emergency. The doctor's like, what are you doing on Monday? That type of situation. And it was mostly to protect my eyes because I would have lost my eyesight. Went through surgery, everything was fine. And the next day, an accident happened in the hospital that the nurse banged the back of my head. So to imagine just having brain surgery, your head's all taped up, and you just had a major hit on the back of your head.
Goodness.
About 24 hours later, it wasn't even 24 hours later, it was probably about 12 hours later or better, I stopped speaking. I could only say I have, and milking, which we just interpreted as milk, even though I'm allergic to milk. So my family thought I wanted milk. And that was about it. That's all I could say. And I couldn't hear myself. What I was like, I'm talking to you. That's what I was hearing. But it was coming out. I have milking, I have. So, and even writing, I couldn't write. My letters were backwards, upside down. I was like trying to, like a first grader, trying to learn how to form letters. So, and in that time, in that moment, the doctors had no clue what happened, MRIs. And I just thought, well, maybe this was God's way of telling me to shut up. I need to shut up and just listen quietly to what God wanted to say to me. And for a matter of about 3.5 days, it came back, praise the Lord, in 3 days, about 3.5 days. I just sat there quietly, like, God, if you need me to use my voice, tell me how I can use my voice. Restore my voice, restore my writing. And when that happened, it was like a miracle, because the doctors honestly thought I was not going to get it back, or was going to take 6 months to a year. And I still have residual effects from that. Like some things my husband calls it like the file cabinet's mixed up. So I have words. I'll say something to you, and this totally doesn't make sense. I asked him one day if he wanted pancakes and lizards for breakfast when I was trying to say sausage. So the words are still confused. And even when I do my talk show, it's never the same, like the intro words, because even if I'm reading it, it comes out different. But praise the Lord, that happened, that my voice came back. And this was in December of 2016. Then I'm like, I kept trying to figure out, how can I help, God? How do you want me to help with my voice? And I had already learned about public access and doing a television show before. I did one show as a teen talk show about 2008. And I'm like, well, that'd be nice to do that again. If that's what you want, God, I'll do that again. And lo and behold, I said that prayer, and this was my birthday of 2018. I got a phone call 3 hours later. Would you like to come back in the studio and do a show? And I'm like, what? I'm like, God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And I knew from when I was quiet talking to God in the hospital that he wanted me to reach people that didn't know him,
Yeah.
but to give information and help people. So the show, Why Not? As you can see my poster, Why Not?
Yeah.
We do the show on, I say we, my husband, my son, I have numerous volunteers that help out from time to time over the years. The show is geared towards helping others to reach their goals
Mhm.
by introducing inspiring guests with interesting topics to help them move from ordinary to extraordinary. And what I do is I talk to people about marriage and family counseling, religious topics, newsworthy topics, teen chat, marriage, children raising. So we have a variety of topics
Mhm.
and even careers. And in talking to those people about their topics to help other people by giving them information, like on careers, we interviewed someone at the local college, professor there on court reporting. I also asked him, like, how are you inspired? Or what moves you? And normally they're able to talk about God in the midst of their lives. Like God
Yes.
moved them, right. God moved them through their marriage. I had a couple that came on the show about their marriage, 48 years of marriage, wonderful couple. And one of the things they said that saved their marriage was God. His wife was
Yeah.
a praying woman,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a
Yes.
veteran, the Neils, and he was a veteran and the alcoholic and having issues. And what actually saved him was his wife in prayer.
Yes. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Right. So the show is in a sense a religious show that we talk about the religious topic, but is blended in. So
Mhm.
this way, God wanted me to introduce him to people through others instead of just being an outright religious show. We're just going to talk about God today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that is how the show started. We are we've been in 10 different states and 15 regions, from LA, Portland, Oregon,
Mhm.
Cam TV, which is in Erie, Pennsylvania. We're in Washington, D.C., Chicago,
Yeah.
based is. And we've been blessed to be in the studio for a while. Now we're doing interviews on Zoom or actually on location. I
Mhm.
have cameras, and my husband and a couple of other people help me set up cameras, and we'll go on location.
Okay.
So that's been a wonderful part of my life that I've been doing. I'll volunteer. We don't accept any money for it.
Mhm.
I've supported it, and it's in a sense of hobby, but it's also a sense of me giving back to God. What we do.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the why what are your name of your show come from? Why and why not? What did it come from?
Why not? Why
Mhm.
not do things to help others? Why not go out and reach beyond your capacity to reach those goals, to be motivated, to help others, to be inspiring? Why not do
Yeah.
these things?
Yes, yes, I love that. So also, and what is some of your uh bodacious dreams or how to live in your purpose?
Well, I think I'm living in my purpose, but I hope to live more in my purpose and expand.
Mhm.
We also write for magazines, Black to Black magazine, but we also
Yeah.
do a weekly column,
Mhm.
and the Shopper paper is a local paper in South Holland, but it reaches about 10 different towns and actually 2 states.
Mhm.
So we write a weekly article and motivation, inspiration, and even with that, I put in Bible verses and connect it back with Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, and you done been actually some of your work has been published. I mean, got awards for it.
We just got a new one.
Yes.
Yeah. We have won best talk show for Illinois Women Press Association. We've gotten second place for one of our shows with the National Federation of Press Women.
Mhm.
We've also won, I think, 3 years in a row for amateur for Wisconsin Community Media, which is the Midwest region, which is 9 states are in this competition,
Mhm.
with the Alliance Community Media. So we've won quite a few awards, and we are happy.
Yeah, yeah. Doing great things. Yes.
Great things. It puts a lot more credibility in the show, and it's nice seeing that we know people are watching and people are liking the show. My crew, family and friends, we got together just this Memorial Day weekend, and we were in one of the parades in Illinois. And I'm walking, passing out cars, candy, shaking hands. And one of the ladies like, "Is that you who writes that article in the shop?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that's me." She's like, "I love you." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, that was just exciting." It's like, she loves my articles.
Yeah. So I have another question. So how has radical faith played a role in your business journey? You kind of tell us already your journey in your life, not just in your business, but in life.
My radical faith when it comes to the business and my life is just being with God for those 3.5 days. I've continued. I have a very close connection with God, and it's God first among everything. I can't do anything. We can't do anything without God.
Yeah.
And I keep that foremost because I still suffer through injuries, headaches, massive headaches daily. So I go through a lot of illnesses daily. And the only way I can make it through my marriage, my family, the TV show, career, anything is just knowing that through all this, God's got me. God has me in his hands, and I can't do it alone. And even days when I get down, it's like I will start saying the Lord's Prayer, because it's like that's the only thing that's keeping me is God.
Yeah. And he's a way maker, right?
It's a way maker. Yes,
yeah. What are your thoughts on collaboration and over competition?
Collaboration, I enjoy collaboration actually. When I talk to other people, and like I've had you on my show also,
Yeah.
I support people. Like if you want to do a TV show, I think I even told you, yes, and put your magazine in the competition. So, and it's a great magazine.
Yeah.
So I am always out there willing to tell people, share my experiences, get them started in doing what they're doing. I also do conferences, which so far all of my conferences have actually been free.
Okay, that's
I
good.
don't charge anyone to come. And I was even blessed. This is how God is just wonderful. My first conference, I'm like, Lord, I really want to do a conference. But it's like, I don't have the money right now.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. And I went to my P.O. box, and in there was this postcard that said, "Oh, if you want to host an event, we'll do your first one for free."
I lucky, huh?
A blessing from God. This facility in a nearby town, they had converted this whole building into office space and a conference area. And they decided that they were going to send out so many postcards to so many people, see if they can get a grant on it. And I'm like, yes. And they had the computer screen up, the TV screen up, the projector. They even provided refreshments. Okay.
What? Oh my goodness.
And they did the printing of my booklet to pass out to people. What? It cost me nothing.
Nothing but God, right?
Nothing but God. Nothing but God. Ample parking, ample space, beautiful location, and delicious refreshments that were for free.
That was wonderful too. Added bonus.
Added bonus. I did conferences for free or seminars through the library. And we just did one recently. And in cooperation, I reached out a few people. I'm like, you have an interesting program. One lady does a foodie. I think that's the name of her website, Foodie. She does and do a bunch of food reviews. And she did like thousands of them. She'll go different places across the country. They'll pay her, this couple companies will pay her to go travel here or there to try out food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and she's a freelance writer. And no college education. She just all of a sudden one day wrote an article and it took off.
Oh, that's good.
So I had her come and speak. I'm like, would you mind coming to speak for me? And she's like, yes. I had another lady that was a published author, and I just called her up. Would you mind coming to speak for us? A lady who's a teacher, Teresa Knight. She's a teacher and a director of an organization in Excel Center in Chicago, in Gary, Indiana. And she's her own consulting company on grants. I'm like, come and talk to us about grants. She actually, I made the connection for her that she went up to Madison, Wisconsin to talk to a conference. So I love cooperation. I've also worked with another individual, Dave Perez, He's an
Mhm.
actor. He's appeared on shows like Empire as extras and things like that, or
Yeah,
small roles. And it's like, well, why don't we do these things together? You have
yeah,
to. You
yeah.
have to. God did not make one person,
Yes. Yeah.
you know,
Together, network together. So
network
and
together.
yeah, so that's like when we talking about networking. We network and we collaborate through my book, my magazine.
Hmm.
So that is cool too.
Right.
And you write some wonderful articles in the magazine. Y'all need to check those articles out. And okay, so when you say networking, do you do networking uh events or just more like networking and collaboration kind of goes to get one to goes together when you're doing it?
How I do my networking events is I do them in like seminars or workshops. So I typically will get like 3 or 4 speakers. Then I will engage people. Like the one I just did was for a writers conference.
Mhm.
So I had 4 people come in and do topics, like 20 minutes speaking on different topics, and we had question and answers. We also invited people to, if they had their own writing or they're thinking about writing, come up and read a few moments for us. Give us
Yeah,
what you got and get feedback.
yeah.
Then we had networking time that everyone could get together with this writer, that writer. I invited a person who was a publisher there, Tapestry
Mhm.
Publishing, for them to come and get to talk and mingle with people. So absolutely every event I do, because you never know who you may speak to that may
Mhm.
know someone that may not be valuable for them in the sense to help promote them, but it
Yeah,
could promote you or even those ideas they give you.
yeah. Uh-huh. And I noticed you also taught in the school system as well as a teacher. Was you a teacher or was you a substitute teacher?
No, technically I was both. I do have my substitute teaching license, and then
Mhm.
I became a special education teacher, licensed special education teacher.
Okay.
And
Okay.
even with that was a special gift from God.
Mhm.
They had a program that I don't have a background in special education or teaching. I do not have a degree in teaching.
Mhm.
The program was Chicago Teaching Fellows. They also have some other programs similar to it that they would take applicants. They had 3,000 applicants and they chose 100. I was one of them.
Yeah.
And they give you intensive training and put you in the classroom.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did that. And even with that, it was like, I told God, I'm like, yeah, I want to do it. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this.
Mhm.
And I got the phone call and they're like, sorry, we didn't accept you. You weren't one of the 100 people. Try again.
Mhm.
And I sat there and I'm like, God, I really wanted to do it. I'm like almost in tears. They
Yeah.
called me back and they're like, oh, sorry, you're on the wrong list. We do want you. I'm like, oh.
Okay. So,
So
so
I became a special education teacher for a while in Chicago.
okay. So would you
Uh,
have an invite?
why? Why not use that opportunity?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I guess you and then you collaborate, you can find other people to network with and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you have any advice to anybody that's trying to start their own network or their own show?
My advice is to one, pray on it with God. Always ask God for everything before you make a step. And I say that because maybe by chance it's not time for you to start now, but it might be time to start or meet someone in 2 weeks that may run your whole show versus you
Mhm.
do it now and you don't know what you're supposed to do and you get discouraged. So always foremost, anything you do, book, writing, everything, just talk to God about it and hear what he says and just be quiet and listen. So it was pray, then listen, obey, and walk it out. That's one of my things I do is plow.
Wow.
I'm writing I'm also a minister, so I'm writing for a Bible verse for you verse, one of the Bible apps. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to talk about is plow.
Wow.
Pray, listen, obey, and walk what you hear. But yes, if you have something in your heart, always go back and think about what you've been thinking about over and over again. I want to write that book. I want to write that book. I want to design clothes. I love clothes. You know, it doesn't always have to be something like television. You want to design something, clothes, perfume. You have the lady Chanel that does perfume. I mean, if you just something that keeps beating at you and beating at you, you can't let it go. That's probably what you're supposed to be doing. And
Mhm.
you need to follow that and ask God about that.
Okay. Great advice. Also, you got a book also. Tell us about your book that you have.
My book is also called Why Not? Helping others to reach their goals, from moving from extraordinary to extraordinary. The book is a goal setting book. So basically it's a workbook. It's not an actual book in the sense, it is a book, but it's a workbook. So you can actually fill in the lines. What are your
Okay.
goals? What are your intention? How are you going to reach these? Name 3 points to get there. What are your short-term goals, long-term goals? What is your determination, your motivation? So it goes through different worksheets that help you create SMART goals, which are
Okay.
specific, measurable,
Mhm.
attainable, reasonable, and time bound. So it goes through
Okay.
all that.
Yeah, okay. How do they get a copy of your book
To
or your
get
workbook?
get a copy of my workbook.
Mm-hmm.
They can write me for a free PDF copy.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to purchase it, it's on Amazon. But I typically ask people, just write me, I give you the PDF book. If you want the hardbound book, then they charge $10 on Amazon. But with all my things that I do with workshops, online seminars, the TV show, and even the book, I really give those out for free to help others. I just feel
Okay.
so blessed from God that I want to help others.
That's wonderful. That's great. Uh, okay, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in my magazine? How you write in my magazine?
I love writing in your magazine. And this is when you said how you have to jump out in faith.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, they see an opportunity and they don't take it.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't take it. And for me, it's like I saw the opportunity. I'm like, Lord, I prayed first, if this is what you want me to do. And I was very nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And I've written a book before I was on your magazine. So it's not like I'm not capable of doing it. And it's not like some people aren't capable of doing other things. They just have that stagnant, that fear. And
Yeah.
you really have to overcome that fear. And I love your topics. You've really allowed me to explore what I want to write, help others.
Mm-hmm.
And it has been a great experience. I tell people wherever I go, like, look at this magazine. I post it on my Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Writing in a magazine, and that's part of networking, also shows people not only your credibility and your knowledge you have,
Mm-hmm.
but it shows that you're offering help and advice to people. It's a platform.
Yeah.
People need more than just one platform. You have the television show, which is great. I do. Writing a book, that's another platform. Magazine writing, another platform. That's all part of networking, getting yourself out there that not only people see you and your products, because you have a lot of products in your magazine too, which is great. Products
Mm-hmm.
that most people wouldn't get an opportunity to see. Your magazine is online. You can get a hard copy. It's nationwide when it's online. It's worldwide.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. So better place to have your market of your product or perfume or clothing. You're in a worldwide market.
Yeah.
And you cover businesses to help others to expand their business, inspiring people to start businesses, expand their business, giving them ideas. I mean, that is just a great magazine. And I've really enjoyed writing for you. It has opened up doors even for me writing with the shopper. I'm like, hey, I'm a published writer, even with a book and a magazine. And that opened doors for me too. So I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Yes.
I
So
talk.
yeah. So your son also helps you with your show too, and I got to meet him when we did the interview.
Yes.
So do he have any? Do he write at all, or he does?
Actually, my son helps out with other people's productions.
Mm-hmm.
So he does filming for different documentaries up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They have a studio up there. So he does a lot of editing for them. He does a lot of filming for other people and putting their productions together. And his name's
Okay.
Jimelo.
Okay. Do you have any new future projects you got coming up anytime soon?
I'm actually currently writing a book, a new one, that will help people out with motivation. It's going to be a combination of articles I've written in your magazine, Black to Black magazine, and also the Shopper, just to help people to get more motivated and have a foundation of God.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, like I said, I am writing a Bible plan for YouVerse. Hopefully they'll accept it. I get the letter for them and I'm working on that now.
Working on that now. Okay, that's cool. So how do they contact you about your show? if they interested in being on your show?
If they're interested in being on my show, you can find us on Facebook, Why Not Show. So it's Y, the letter Y, Why Not Show. You can also reach me, Janice, JANICE, period, why not, at gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on YouTube. We're the Why Not Show on YouTube. We've produced over 100 shows now, and a lot of shows and topics. I'm looking for people that can discuss more on either counseling, marriage and family. They have just something to share that will be able to bless other people and help people.
Okay.
Even talking about business ideas would be great too.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you being on the show. Do you have any last final words before we go? And then we'll close out.
Well, finally, I want to say why not? Why not do things that can help others, expand your horizon, your businesses? I mean, it's kind of hard, and it really takes overcoming fear. And the way to overcome fear is just having God at your back, holding you like that footprints of the sand palm that he's carrying you, and you can do it. It's better to try than not try. It's easier to succeed than to fail, because when you fail, you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. I'd rather try and have to keep retrying and retrying to get there than versus doing nothing.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you. When you get your book and your stuff, your book come out and all that, then you can come back on the show and tell us about it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I appreciate it.